This is the CIS controls presentation on Audit Log Management from the National Cybersecurity Center. Looking at the controls and implementation groups, it's a main thing here to think about. Implementation group 1 is your basic cyber hygiene. Tackle those safeguards first, then move on to 2 and 3. What is Audit Log Management? Collect, alert, review, retain audit logs of events that could help detect, understand, or recover from an attack. Very simple. Why is it important? Well, attackers are very smart, the attacks are very complex, and they're going to do their best to make it look like nothing ever happened, no one was ever there. And if they're really good, then it's really hard to see that there was actually evidence of an attack. So sometimes without audit log records, you have no idea that something happened, even though it's very clear that there was a reduction in network speed or data was stolen. So audit logs are going to be one of your last lines of defense. And in addition, when you're trying to understand the extent of an attack, log analysis can help you in that effort if you're trying to understand root causes and how much of your organization was impacted. Implementation group 1 here, what's the process? So are we going to collect, review, and retain? How often are we going to do that? When are we going to remove the audit logs? And how often are we reviewing this process? Actually collecting the audit logs and then storing the audit logs. So very simple. Implementation group 2, time synchronization, collecting more detailed audit logs, different types of audit logs, retaining and reviewing them periodically. And then 3, service provider logs. So examples of that would collect authentication and authorization events, data creation disposal events, user management events with your service providers. So why are these controls important? Activating your logging on enterprise assets and software and sending to centralized logging servers is really going to help you out. Retaining the data is going to help you a ton in the event of some type of incident response and investigation. You might also be required by law, depending on where you are, to retain audit logs for a certain period of time, especially in elections, to be able to investigate these types of things. So make sure you know what those requirements are in your specific organization, and then being able to monitor unauthorized access attempts. That's a symptom or a sign of some malicious activity on your network. When you see a lot of unauthorized login attempts, someone might be trying to brute force your network. If you don't have audit logging enabled in any way, then you'd never know that that's happening. There's no way to detect, and the attackers know that. So keep that in mind.